It's been a little while since I talked about Luka, as the NBA playoffs went by, the offseason went by, and whatever else. But now I'm back to where I really want to be, which is talking about the next LeBron James. So the big question with Luka is whether he's fat, and by NBA standards, he kind of is. Did he lose some weight in his rookie year? Maybe. I mean, if I found a still of opening day versus the last day, maybe he looked a little slimmer. Definitely reports out there of him enjoying food in America. I think that's the biggest question with Luka going into his second year is just, is he going to be all the way in shape? Because as far as his game is concerned, what question really is there? I mean, the only question I would have is there a chance the step back threes were just kind of lucky and they're not going to go in moving forward? But I'm not really going to bank on it with how confident he was in them and how good they looked. Unless they start calling a travel on it, I just don't see how those suddenly stop going in. I mean, the dude also shot 7 free throws a game, so it wasn't even a matter of him just getting lucky with a bunch of shots that are not going to go in moving forward. Like, the dude generated some easy points. Hell, he even grabbed 1 offensive rebound a game. So he's still doing the dirty work on top of, being Luka Doncic. Now, what is also going to be really interesting is the fact that everybody knows the situation now, because last year for Dallas, you had DeAndre and Wesley Matthews and Harrison Barnes and these veterans who were clearly not comfortable with giving the team to this really confident, potentially even cocky 19-year-old who just showed up out of Slovenia, right? I mean, you could see it. There were times when the dude just didn't have the ball when he should have. It seemed like the veterans kind of wanted Dennis Smith to be what Luka was, and luckily the Dallas organization realized the right thing to do. And so now, there's no questions about it. Luka will be the primary ball handler on this team from day one when he's taking step-back threes and contested shots and running screen after screen with Porzingis or whoever else. No one's going to get mad, hopefully, and everything will just make sense off of that. The one dude who I can picture having a problem with is probably Tim Hardaway Jr., and I'm still hopeful that he can be good for this team because I'd like to think, you look at that one efficient year he had for the Hawks, playing off of Luka and Porzingis, he could get open shots. He wasn't very good once Dallas traded for him, so there's that. I'm also slightly fearful of Porzingis just because he got so used to taking those weird contested mid-rangers with the Knicks that I'm a little concerned that he's going to be like, wait, you want me to set a million screens? What the hell? Just give me the ball. But I don't really think that's going to be a problem because I think he's going to get the ball a lot for this team, and Luka's going to get the ball to him, of course. But I guess it's something I can be like 5% afraid of, I guess. And speaking on Porzingis, if I can be a little bit more hesitant with him, he has averaged like 0 assists his whole career. Granted, he's been injured and whatever else, but that does make me at least think for a moment, how much is Luka going to have offense created for him if that was the right way to speak English? Because there's not really another passer on this team. I mean, I guess the only one could be J.J. Barea. And, J.J. Barea, yeah, he becomes Michael Jordan when he's coached by Rick Carlisle. But even so, it's still J.J. Barea, right? So I hope that Dallas's offense doesn't become too predictable. They did get DeLon Wright. And I do like Wright because he's a tall dude who can just kind of do a little bit of everything as a point guard. But I don't know if he's just an awesome passer like that, to where Luka's going to get a lot of shots off of him. He could get a few, no doubt. But I just don't know if we're going to see Luka in a situation where he's just doing a bunch of stuff off the ball, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it would be nice if that was more of a thing as well, because I'm a little afraid that this could become like a Westbrook or Harden situation where, yeah, the numbers are great, but the usage rate is just astronomical. And it could even tire Luka out because again, we still have to question how NBA ready his body is. And if you're also just going to have him do everything every game, then that could not help him as well. So whether that's Porzingis improving a little bit as a passer, Rick Carlisle doing his Rick Carlisle thing, DeLon Wright being an awesome player, JJ Barea, like there might be just enough to feel good about it, but it's definitely not like Mike Conley to the Jazz, right? I know 100% that Mike Conley is going to make Donovan Mitchell better. Do I really know if DeLon Wright is going to make Luka better? No. I mean, DeLon Wright's cool, don't get me wrong, but no, I'm not comfortable saying that. And some of this is going to come back when I do my team previews, which will happen at some point this offseason. But, I mean, that's necessary stuff, right? We can't just evaluate the one player and then not care about the stuff around him. Defensively, I think Luka has something to prove. Granted, he's like 6'7", so you hope just caring would be enough for him there. But I do think teams are going to go at him. And if he already is doing so much on offense, which I do think is a possibility for this team, then that could also lead to him just, wanting to take defensive plays off or whatever, and he's not able to do it because teams are going at him. That could be a thing. But in the regular season, you could probably still get away with it because teams are going to run their stuff more so than just focusing on one player. Anyway, how about a stat line prediction for Luka in his second season where everybody knows going into it that he's the dude, he's got Porzingis to pass to and whatever else. I mean, good lord, he finished with 21, 8, and 6 with all of those things applied to him. So I think for this upcoming year, we'll say 25 points, 7.5 assists, probably making an all-star team. I just predicted Donovan Mitchell making one. I guess somebody's got to lose. But I guess it'll be interesting to see what Luka is considered. Is he considered a backcourt player, frontcourt player? So that could throw an interesting thing into it. But yeah, I'm expecting Luka to just have the second season that he's supposed to have.